what's the main difference between onboarding and orientation?
Yeah, happy to answer that. And thanks for having me. Thank you to the team that put the webinar together. Happy to be here with everybody. So when I think of onboarding, I think about it as what does it take to help the employee acclimate to the organization, to all facets of it. So learning the ropes, knowing who people are, understanding the basic terminology, and beginning to contribute on meaningful tasks and projects. Orientation to me feels a little bit more tactical. Are we getting the employee documents? Do they know where the restrooms are and where the emergency exits are and things like that? More of the kind of quick learning that happens as somebody is just becoming familiarized with the space and the who, what, and where of what's going on. So that's the main difference I see, and onboarding is obviously more complex.
Awesome. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense to me. So it's looking at the audience, some of the answers, we've got 31 responses. The majority are sitting here at 90 days, which I think is pretty standard, somewhere closer to, between 30 and over 90. Of course, onboarding takes longer than that in terms of different aspects, but let's talk about that. So what kinds of activities are typical in onboarding? How frequently are those done? What are some important aspects of the onboarding journey?
It depends a little bit on the organization, right? So, what works best for them, how difficult certain things are to learn, how important safety is, right? There are certain things that are foundational that probably need to happen sooner in the process than other pieces and parts. And so, thinking about that, some of the things that employees are likely learning early on is obviously just the basics. The first day is overwhelming to an employee, even if you just kind of strip it down to the absolutely necessary. So, where do you go to? What things are necessary to get you set up on the payroll system? Even just meeting a couple key colleagues. It can be very overwhelming. Their brains trying to form all of these new connections and figure out who certain people are and remember names and remember where to go. And did I come in this way or did I go in that way? And what did they say about this? So it's not really a strong expectation that people are going to retain and absorb a lot of that on that first day. It's more about making them feel welcome, like they made an excellent decision by choosing your company, and then getting them acclimated with a couple key people early on. Then from there, I like to focus on a little bit of the knowledge attainment, right? I think that's where people focus next, is that knowledge attainment. How do we get them the things that they need so that they can do their job? I think that's great. I think that's really important. But I think sometimes the relational aspects tend to fall by the wayside, and we just expect that they're going to find their way to key colleagues and relationships and things like that. So something like a peer partner or an onboarding partner program can help, in addition to facilitating those relationships, not just through the manager and having somebody that's kind of like a buddy to help them through those early weeks.
I love that. I love the onboarding buddy. I think that's really crucial to have someone like maybe in a peer or similar role that you can count on other than just your manager